On Thursday we went and we had another meeting with the doctor and went for the second fitting. And how'd you think it went?
It was very surprising. They gave me a hearing test first, and they showed me where my level of hearing was down to here, but as far as hearing the bass sound, my level went, hearing the treble sounds, my level went down even more. But with the hearing test, my new level is up here, straight across the board. So I'm hearing more treble sounds now than I ever did before. And it's a little freaky.
That's really cool. In fact, that's one of the things I wanted to do today was kind of show what the audiogram looks like, and then basically where your hearing was, where it is with the first fitting, and then where it's going with the second fitting. What's that effect been like for this, for the last day or so?
I feel like I'm starting all over again.
Yeah.
I've got a lot more sounds when they did the adjustment, so now I'm getting hit with all these sounds and I'm having trouble distinguishing what the sounds are. So in a way I feel like I'm starting all over again.
Yeah, well I think a lot of it is your aperture's opened up a lot more, and so you actually have more of those sounds that you never heard before coming in, and your brain's trying to process those. And
Yeah.
so that's what the Train the Brain is going to be all about.
Yes, I have a lot of training ahead.
Now that it's turned on, there's 3 steps that she has to go through. The first is opening up her dynamic range to give her a little bit more, a bigger window, a bigger view into the hearing. All right, so we saw Susan's audiogram, and it basically takes 2 sides. Although you think of it as how much hearing you have, this is really loud. And this is quiet. And then you've got low tones, and you've got high tones. And Susan started out with her natural hearing. She can hear low tones and no high tones. So that's about what she can see, what she can hear without her hearing aids. So with her hearing aids, she can hear a little bit more, but still they don't pick up those high tones quite as well. So you can see here that most of the everyday sounds are outside of her hearing range. So she can hear loud, low tones with her hearing aids. So then they hooked her up and they gave her a hearing test with just the cochlear implant, just her right side, looking at the cochlear implant. And now the cochlear implant allows her to hear more across the entire spectrum. So there's a lot of sound in that area that she's never heard before. We all sound like we're speaking with helium or Donald Duck because she's never heard these high tones up here ever before. And now she's hearing them, and it's almost half of what she's hearing, so everything sounds much higher than it did before.
When I first got home after turning this on, when my dog barked, it sounded like a gunshot.
Okay.
But now, yesterday, she was barking, and it sounds almost like a heavy wind chime.
Oh, was
when I
it?
eat something crunchy, yes, I can hear it.
Okay.
But when I'm scratching my head,
You are not used to that. You don't know what it is because it's high frequency.
okay.
Don't worry, your brain will get used to that. But that's what we all hear. When he eats cornflakes, he hears. But we are used to it. You are not used to that. You will see, you will forget about it.
Okay.
Because your brain will get used to your own noise, but no, you don't know what it is.
Both, yes. But it takes me a while to figure out what it is. All of a sudden I'm getting an impulse and I'm like, what is that? What's going on?
It's high frequency, yes.
Yeah. And so they're increasing her dynamic range. And so this last visit, they took her dynamic range and they opened it up even more.
Okay, today I'm just going to check the sound.
Okay.
The response what we got is great. So now we will start a step to increase it step by step to reach the limit that you will be communicating normally. I'm going to increase a little bit, and while I'm increasing we will keep talking to make sure that everything will go smoothly.
When you feel that it starts to be too aggressive,
Okay.
Just tell him to stop.
you tell him, no, that's too much.
Okay. The sound had changed quite a bit.
Okay, it's still not hurting, no pain.
No pain.
She's really amazing.
I don't want to go for much higher because I'm just
That's very good.
So now, that's what you can hear. And the goal is, over the next few fittings, to keep pushing her dynamic range higher and higher. And then in step 2, they'll start customizing the window where maybe she doesn't need so much low noise, so they'll move it up and give her more high.
When it's very, very quiet in the room, nobody's making a sound, I can hear my heartbeat.
Okay.
So the microphone
Alright.
it's nearly on the incision, so probably this region is still a bit, inflamed, and probably we might have a little bit of pulsation picked by the microphone.
Okay.
That should.
That should go away?
How you hear the sound on the implant is very different from the hearing aids. It's more like electrical waves.
Uh-huh.
So you need like a bit of time to get used to that sound.
We test each electrode
Uh-huh.
to see what is the resistance to send electricity to the nerve.
Oh, okay.
So each one marked as a light, you can see the green lights. So we have 22 electrodes inside the cochlea, and one is the reference and one is the magnet thing. So all of them is really great.
It's a little bit higher than it was a minute ago.
Okay, it's
Almost a little bit more clear.
clearer.
Things like, yeah.
Good. Do you want it to be lower, or you can live with that sound?
It's okay.
I'm just going to stop on that level. I'm not going any higher.
So we have what we call already a very good dynamic. So we stimulate all the frequency, and now we start to give more amplitude. And you don't realize because you don't, but you are doing fantastically great,
Yeah.
because you were already able to understand 40-50% of what he was saying without.
I was getting 40 or 50%?
Yeah. So it's very good. It's very promising. Telling you. The second process is your brain, okay, and then of course we are nowhere, but you already have progress, because when I see or you react to us without lip reading, when I see even with the lip reading you have facilitated your understanding, you have started your process of recognizing sound, okay? That's very good. We are in a totally standard situation for someone who is going to perform fantastically well.
Okay.
I have no doubt about it. With what I see in 2 sessions like this, it's just a question of time. It's totally normal. When you put it in, you feel it really electrical stuff.
Yeah,
And then you will see it smoother. It's also because you kind of wake up the nerve, and the nerve get
Good morning.
No. Yeah, and at the beginning,
How does it feel,
Um,
this map?
I have some more learning to do,
Oh, yeah.
some more retraining to do, so, yeah, it does good.
That's
That's
Yeah.
your homework?
I think we still have one small step up. This is depending on how your response will be after, let's say, 3 weeks to 1 month.
Okay.
This is the almost range we're going to see you.
So what do you think about the latest iteration with Mom's hearing aids? Do you think she's hearing better?
Yeah.
How do you know that she's hearing better?
She understands me more.
Yeah? What does she do when she doesn't understand me?
She says, "What?"
And she's saying that less now?
Yeah.
So what do you think about that?
Is better.